lucky. I have a starting stream screen, so you can do stuff, and it's not gonna show you moving around. All right, and we are live. What up? I'm the real Kris Mac,
It's Chino.
and this is Feast or Famine. How you doing, man?
Good. Can't complain. As you can tell, boys are back.
Boys are back. Yeah.
Boys are back. 1-0. 1-0.
Want to know? Want to
We
know?
can talk a little bit more, but we're gonna, we did a big thing by changing the regime again, like we usually do. But I feel like this time is the time. Had to happen mid-season. We've rarely done that, and we got a players coach now that has got the team fired up. Got Devontae Adams playing basketball in the locker room. 1-0, baby. 1-0. We'll be 2-0 after next week.
Got you. Got you. Yeah, and it's Antonio, which I was always a fan of him. You know, playing for the G Men on those
G-Men.
Super Bowl teams.
Yep.
So it should be good. Um, I would say it's a change for y'all, but you guys change coaches a lot. So hopefully this one sticks.
Yeah, I think it got to the point where listen, Mark Davis is not his dad, and Al Davis, as everybody knows, was a trailblazer for the league when it came to coaching, it came to diversity, inclusion, all of that stuff. We were the first ones hiring African American coaches, African American executives, like across the board, doing things that normally the NFL doesn't like, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, stick within these guardrails that we provided for you as owners, and then don't ask questions. Al Davis wasn't like that. Obviously passed, RIP. Uh, and since Mark Davis, his son, took over the team, it's kind of been very like he's not his dad. Like he's very passive. He's very. I'm just gonna sit back and let the other let the GM and the coach make all the decisions and not really question things because they're the football minds. I'm not. I'm more of like I just write the checks and get it done. But what I've noticed that this most recent time that's different than all the other times is you know Raider Nation is very influential because we're very passionate fans and we care a lot about the product that's being put out on the field. And there was like newsreels and videos and just like everywhere Mark Davis would go, there'd be a Raider fan with a big sign saying "Fire Josh McDaniels." Um, so I think it just got to a point where he just like looked in the mirror and said like, "Dude, I'm my father's son. Like, I'm the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders." Um, and if you go back 2 weeks, it was when we played the Bears. The Bears started like a Division II quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That in the NFL right now, there's no Division II player other than this quarterback. Like there's no Division II football. There's no football players in the NFL that have went to a Division II school that are on a roster except for um, the quarterback for the Bears.
Okay.
And they started him against us. And instead of starting like our rookie, because Jimmy Garoppolo was hurt, we went with Brian Hoyer, who is hands down one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. Never been.
He
He's
keeps
just
getting
never
a
really
job
been.
though. He
Yeah,
keeps getting a job.
which I think that's like there's some collusion going on there. It's just like, hey, your name's Brian Hoyer, you were on the Patriots, we're gonna just give you a roster spot when Cam Newton's over here doesn't even have a job in the NFL, which that's
Mm-hmm.
another topic for another day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we started Brian Hoyer, and they started the rookie quarterback, and he torched us. He torched us, destroyed us, um, and it just trickled down like to all facets of the game. Like our defense was bad, our offense was bad, special teams was bad. So then after that game, it was just like turmoil was like brewing,
Mm-hmm.
So then the next week is when we had the Lions on Monday night, national stage. Everybody in America's watching. We're the only team on. Shit the bed.
Yeah.
Shit the bed.
To be fair, the Lions are playing good football this season for whatever reason.
Yeah, 100% for sure. But there was just moments where, like, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo, it's like he's a winner, but like he's not a great quarterback. And there was just moments and times on live TV where we have one of the best. We've had this discussion, arguably top three wide receiver in the NFL. I feel
Right.
like he's still the number one wide receiver in the NFL. But when you have that caliber of a player and he has one catch for an entire game, there's a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
And there was moments where he was just wide open and just missing throws. Um, so like for that to happen the week before, then this on national television, I think Mark Davis just finally said, you know what? Fuck the Patriot way. We're the Raiders. It's time for a change. Like I need a coach that's not X's and O's. I need a coach that's going to get these men to show up and play because we have the talent. They're just not playing for Josh McDaniels. And that's what I said.
Yeah, and I mean, my take on Josh McDaniels, obviously, I don't like any Raiders coach. I don't like any most, sorry, not Raiders, Patriots coaches. I don't like most Patriots players, being a lifelong Jets fan. But he, like, in that whole, like, Belichick, Brady era of football, name any coordinator you want. None of them have had success as head coaches. None of them. Not Charlie Weiss, not Romeo Crennel, not Josh McDaniels. Now, it's seemingly the only place that they did really have success is when they were coordinators on the Patriots. So say what you want, but I mean, I go back to like, not to switch teams, but like when Rex Ryan was head coach of the Jets, is like phenomenal defensive mind, great defensive coordinator, won a Super Bowl as defensive coordinator of the Ravens. Wasn't the best head coach. You know what I mean? So, some guys you're made to be, captain of the ship. Other guys are made to be first mates. So you gotta know your role.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. And I said this about Josh. So obviously he had his debacle when he coached in Denver, where he did actually the similar thing he did here, where I forget who their quarterback was. He's the machine, but
Did he have Manning? No, he didn't have Manning.
no, he didn't have any. Was it Jay Cutler? I think it was Jay Cutler. It was Jay Cutler.
Probably Jay Cutler.
And he got rid of Jay Cutler to get Tim Tebow.
Ooh.
Obviously, we know that Tim Tebow was not a good quarterback. He's
No.
not a good quarterback. He's a great football player.
He's he's a glorified Wildcat quarterback.
Yeah, he's a good football player. So they did that, and then there was that moment in time where they were like, oh, the Broncos were cheating. And then Josh literally got fired the next week after that. And that was when Josh McDaniels, that was back in, 2011? So that was...
Oh, yeah, he was hot commodity at that point.
Yeah, hot commodity. So he goes back, goes to the Patriots, and, they win a couple Super Bowls, but he's the offensive coordinator, and, obviously X's and O's wise, he's an excellent coordinator. So my thought process coming to the Raiders was, all right, maybe he's learned from his mistakes and he'll change his ways and do things differently. Let's try to be optimistic, and it was working at first. There was moments that you flashes, but I literally said it like week 3 of this year. I said he needs to give up and let someone else call the plays so that he can manage the team, so he can coach and lead the team. I think that is the main issue with him. Like, he's a great no guy. He's an execution, pay attention to the details type coach. But when it comes to like leading an entire team, where it's not just the offense, where now you got to worry about the defense, the coordinators, the coaches, everyone. especially with how much effort he puts into the X's and O's of the offense. He needed to take a step back and let someone else do that, so that he can focus on the bigger picture. And then, I think his ego got in his own way over time, and in this situation, obviously, he's no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
I think that hurt him in this aspect because, yeah, unless he can get to a position where he's comfortable with not being like the main offensive person, he ain't gonna be a head coach in the NFL ever again.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should. I'm surprised he got another job. To be honest, after the whole Broncos thing.
Yeah, I think what happened is, so we're talking about a decade went past, and like they always say, like over time people change.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with him, the Patriots obviously had offensive success over a good chunk of period of time that we're talking about. And then again, this was Mark Davis getting in his own way. Like John Gruden ended up getting fired, or not fired. He stepped down because of the whole scandal with something that he was never even supposed to be a part of. But that's here nor there. I think Mark just got his own way and just like, you know what, the Patriots are constantly like a winning franchise. Let's go get Patriots guys and bring the Patriot way to here. And it backfired. Like,
Yeah,
we're not
man.
the Patriots. We're the Raiders. We're the Raiders.
Exactly. So the one thing that, like, yes, you do need to build a culture where guys feel, empowered to, like, be who they are and play to their max potential. But the Patriots have, like, a system where it's like, all right, it's Belichick's, like, way. You fall in line, play, do your job essentially, and
As I said.
do as I say. When the Raiders historically have been a franchise of, like, all right, we're going to take talent over character sometimes and just get good football players and just let supreme athletes just go out there and play football.
Perfect example. Perfect example. Jalen Carter this year.
Mhm.
Any other time, we're selecting Jalen Carter.
Right.
All right, he may have gotten in trouble off the field, but guess what? On tape, he's the best defensive player in the draft.
Right.
But guess what? We didn't draft him. Character, because we're afraid of that character guy.
Mhm. Yeah. Honestly, sometimes the guys that have the most, like, character issues are the best athletes.
Yeah. On tape, they're the best athletes. When it comes down to playing this game, they're the best athletes.
Mhm.
They're the best at doing it for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah, got in trouble off the field. They made the wrong decisions. People make the wrong
Yeah.
decisions a lot of times, though.
So, I mean, yeah, in those instances, that's when, the front office steps in and says, like, all right, we're going to get you a handler. We're going to get you, somebody to manage your off the field activities. We're going to get you, a driver to get you to and from games and practices and stuff. So it's a question of how much involvement does the team have to have, and how much is it on the player to, like, say, hey, this is an opportunity, I gotta take advantage. Yeah, I don't know. Good. It's interesting. It's very interesting. This NFL season has been pretty good so far. I haven't had too many complaints. I wish the Jets were doing better, but we're in 500 purgatory right now. We kind of shit the bed on primetime against the Chargers, and I think that the storyline is going to be, okay, our defense is there, our offense is not, and a lot of it, I'm not going to put it all on Zach Wilson, because it's not all on his fault, because there's been games where he's looked good. Our offensive line is trash. Like we've literally shuffled around 4 different guys at this point. We can't stop, like, running water going through a freaking paper bag. I don't even know. I don't even have a good analogy for how bad our offensive line is. Like dog. We gave up 6 sacks to the Chargers, and I mean, I get they have Bosa and they have Mac on their on that defensive front over there.
They smacked us up too. Listen, they smacked us up too. I think pass rusher wise, they don't get enough credit because obviously they have two of the top outside rushers.
Oh, they had one dude. I forget his name. He was like Pulamahua or whatever his name is. Yo, I don't know who this guy is, but he had like 3 sacks yesterday. You know what I mean? So they got multiple guys that can like rush the passer. You know, it's just offensively we can't score points, and a lot of it is that Zach doesn't have time to throw the ball. I mean, he has to make quick decisions. Obviously, it falls on him. He can't hold the ball, but like when you got two guys coming in the backfield like almost every single time, like you can't do much. I don't even think Aaron, if he was healthy, would be able to like do much against that. I mean, so.
Yeah, I think what I noticed, and we had a similar issue with us too. Like, obviously we know who Josh Jacobs is and the talent he is. He led the league in rushing last year. But I noticed for us, like earlier in the season when we run the ball, before he even gets to the line of scrimmage, there's 2 defenders in his face. That's kind of the same thing I see with the Jets. It's like if dudes are just destroying like that O line, like offensive coordinator needs to adapt. Like he needs to adjust. Yeah, like if I was the offensive coordinator of the Jets, like I'd figure out a way to, if pressure's going to be constantly coming, like I'm figuring out a way to either get the ball out quick, maybe run some screens. Like y'all have the running backs to do it. You basically fleeced Dalvin Cook. Y'all fleeced him. Y'all got him to sign, and now y'all don't even use him. I think his snap count is ridiculously low. Like I don't even think he sees the field like that, which is crazy.
He gets like 1 snap every like 6 plays, something crazy like that.
I'm gonna actually look up his snap count because again, I think that's the problem. I think y'all are not adjusting it, and it kills me that Salah's just basically. I get he's back in the quarterback because y'all have to like at this point like you can't go get another quarterback because you're already invested.
It's not. I don't think it's necessarily Robert Saleh saying like we can't get another quarterback. I think it's like Hackett is calling plays for Zach Wilson like he's Aaron Rodgers, and he's not Aaron Rodgers. So like,
I think he's calling plays where y'all have a better offensive line. That's what I mean. Adjust. Because like you said, even if it was Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have time to throw the ball.
nah. If anything, he'd probably play more than like 4 snaps, but he'd still get like tattooed by defensive players like every single game. And like, all right, you don't have a quarterback that is like can throw like that. I get that the NFL now is like a pass happy league, and it's like, all right, everybody wants to go 5 wide receivers and just let it go. But like, you gotta adjust to the personnel that you have, and I've said this for a few weeks now. Even though the fact that we've gotten some good wins. Like that Eagles win was really crucial.
Yeah, that was strong.
Yeah, we had a big game against the Bills. Even though we lost it, we had a big game against the Chiefs. Like we've played most of the top quarterbacks in the league, and we've played pretty well.
Here you go. You ready?
Yeah.
Remember I was talking about snap counts?
Mm-hmm.
So here's your snap count. Snap count based on percentage of the times they're on the field. So Breece Hall, We'll just go based off the last like 4 games.
Right.
52% of the snaps, 66, 64, 60. That's Brees Hall.
Right.
So now you're wondering, all right, where's the 35, 37% go? It's not even going to Dalvin Cook. So Michael Carter.
Our third down back.
Michael Carter. Last 4 games, snap percentage, 31%, 20, 23, 31. Icing on the cake, Dalvin Cook, last 4 games, snap count, or snap percentage, 17, 14, 13, 9. Y'all had this man that is literally a top tier running back not playing.
Pretty much. We got him as like a spell halfback. He comes in for one play and then goes back out.
What are we doing here? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have, so like if I was the offensive coordinator, I'd figure out ways to get the ball in both Brees Hall's hands and Dalvin Cook's hands. Get the ball out quick, run some screens, shorter routes. I don't get it. Like, y'all got dominated by the Chargers. It's just like, obviously, I know the Chargers because we play twice a year.
We got dominated by the Chargers defense. Offensively, most of that game they only scored 1 touchdown. They got a kick return touchdown. So I mean, their offense wasn't doing anything special. It really just comes down to us being able to match point for point, and we're just not able to do that because we're calling stupid plays that don't really match our personnel, to your point. So we should more than likely look to run some more, maybe 2 halfbacks sets, maybe do more, screens. Run the ball. Like, Brees Hall is a home run hitter when it comes to running the football. And then Dalvin Cook, if you can get him, 5-6 carries in a row where he's on the field, he can absorb, get the tough yardage, 4 yards here, 5 yards here, that starts to add up. And then Zach can work play action, maybe have some time, at least threaten, like, okay, if I drop back, I don't know what he's going to do. He might throw it, he might go to scramble, he might dump it off, like, confuse the defense a little bit. So
switch it up, change it up. Like, y'all just can't keep putting the same product out there. And granted, we're talking about 2 teams that are going to face each other coming Sunday, and y'all are going to take that out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna. I don't know if we're gonna be taking the L. I don't know about that.
We're rejuvenated. We're a different.
Y'all can be rejuvenated. Just remember, you guys struggle against the Chargers defense. Our defense is top tier.
Well, listen. All right. Remember, like I said, we want to know right now. New head coach, new philosophy, new culture. Like, the dudes are. The team is rejuvenated. And when I say that, I mean like they're having fun. Like, this last game we played is like totally different than any game we've played this year. Like, just how everyone's just inspired. I think he's got Antonio Pierce got these dudes want to run. I was watching his press conference, it made me want to run through a brick wall and not even play for the team.
Yeah, I mean, he's got y'all trying to be the 07 Giants.
That's what I'm saying. You heard that? So you heard the rumor that what's his name, Max Crosby, nixed the rumor. He was like, it's not true, but they were saying that it's funny. They're saying because Josh McDaniels had a team meeting with all the captains and everybody to like air out all their grievances right before the Lions game.
Mm-hmm.
And the rumor was that at the end, Josh asked Antonio Pierce to like speak on his behalf, like rally everybody. And the rumor is that Antonio Pierce, when he got up there, he was like, "Listen, we need to play inspired football, and we got to play like we can beat anybody any day, any given Sunday, just like the Giants did to the Patriots Super Bowl." And the rumor is that Josh pulled Antonio Pierce aside and said, "You don't talk about the Patriots like that."
Man, fuck the Patriots. That's why your ass got fired, okay? Fuck out of here. This is retarded. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, we gotta link up for Sunday night.
Yeah, let's get together Sunday. I'm down. Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right.
Predictions. Let's go. Let's put the prediction right now.
Predictions.
Tell me, yeah. Score and predictions. Since it's our two teams playing against each other.
Score is probably gonna be low. I'm not gonna lie. I think the first team to 21 wins this game.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. 21-17 Jets.
17 Jets.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think it'll be a bit of a slugfest for a little bit. Maybe like 7-3 first half.
Okay.
Yeah. I honestly I think whoever's defense plays better is gonna probably win. And offensive, whoever can get in the end zone a couple times is gonna do it.
Okay.
I don't feel good about this game compared to the last game because now we're talking about two primetime games back to back, and we didn't look good in the last one, so we shall see.
So, I'm on the other side of the spectrum in regards to I think the Raiders are going to win, but I think it's not going to be a low scoring game, even though y'all have a good defense. I think that defensively, I think y'all can score more than 21 points. And I think offensively, yes, y'all may have sauce, but again, we could also run them. We have a good running game too. So I think if I had to put a number to it, I would say 31-28 Raiders.
31-28. That's high. That's like we're talking about high octane offenses scoring points.
Listen, like I said, here's my argument here. Y'all, we suck against the run. I think that y'all will be able to run successfully against us, just like all the other teams. Like we just blew out the Giants, and Saquon had a quiet 91 yards rushing. So we're susceptible to giving up chunk plays. Like I think defensively we give up on average about 5.5 yards per carry. I think y'all are gonna be able to run the ball well.
Delvin Cook might have like a 50-yard game.
Delvin will have like run for 150, 2 touchdowns. So I think y'all are gonna be able to run the ball, and I think offensively we're gonna have a balanced attack. Like I feel like we're gonna be able to run the ball, and no offense to Sauce, but he's not gonna be able to guard Devontae Adams. Like this is not going. It's not going to happen. But I also think sleeper for us this year has been Jacoby Myers. Like he's a stud, and he does like everything. Like he blocks, runs crisp routes, he catches the ball in traffic. Like he does all the gritty work. And being that he has Devontae Adams as that decoy, like obviously Sauce is going to follow Devontae. Somebody's got to stop Jacoby. He's been on point this year. And again, we can run the ball as well too. So I think it'll be a high-scoring game, especially since it's going to be indoors on the grass in Las Vegas. Yeah, 31-28 Raiders.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting. We shall see.
So, are we putting any wagers here?
What do you want? What type of wager do you want to put on this thing?
So do something that's fun and simple. The jersey swap. So if the Raiders win, you have to wear a Raiders jersey.
Okay.
Next next time we're here on the show.
All right, I'll rock. Next time we're here on the show, and I don't have a Raiders jersey, so I'm probably gonna just wear one of yours. Okay.
No, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay. And
I got plenty.
and I got a Brees Hall, a freshly, fresh Brees Hall, letters still crisp.
I ain't gonna wear Brees Hall. Like, you give me whatever jersey. If the Jets win, I'll wear a Jets jersey.
Okay. I'll give you the go. I'll let you rock Curtis Martin. You can rock that on the pod. Rock C Mart.
Next topic.
Next.
I actually do like Curtis Martin.
Next topic. All right. You want to go NBA? The association. I actually got one. What do you think about this in-season tournament? Because, I'm not gonna lie to you, I still don't understand how this thing works. To be honest.
Yeah. So, as you know, I'm a big soccer fan. I love soccer.
Mm-hmm.
I never could play. It's literally. So, this is why I feel like soccer players are like the best athletes on the planet. They literally play soccer every day of every year, all year round, and it's because you got players that they play for their club team, like in a certain country, and then they play for their country. But then throughout that, going back and forth, because you play qualifiers, you play, the World Cup's every 4 years, but you play qualifiers. But then for your club team, you also play in all these in season cups, like FA Cup, whatever, Champions League. Like you literally play in season tournaments while still being in your league your league. And they literally do that all year round. And how it works is just right now it's the Champions League. So they take the 16 teams and they play a bracket in season where it doesn't impact. So for Barcelona, they're in La Liga. The games that they play for the Champions League doesn't impact their record in La Liga. It just impacts this tournament. So for the NBA, it's similar. It's similar in the sense of they're doing groups. So it's like Group A, Group B, Group whatever, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it's in groups. You play the people in your group, and then whoever has the best, I think it's the top 2 records, they move on to the next part of the bracket. So it's kind of like, let's just say there's 4 teams in each group. The top 2 teams in each group move on in season. But the way the NBA is doing it is, and it makes sense because it's a shorter season than soccer, the games that you play in the play-in games, they impact your record. Once you get to the playoffs of the in-season tournament, it doesn't impact your record.
Okay.
That's what I understand of it.
Yeah. All I know is the further you get in the in-season, if you win the in-season tournament, it's something like $500,000 per player.
Yeah.
For winning. So that's not.
You know what's crazy? I forget where. I'm gonna see if I can find it, but Ice Cube has the Big Three league, where it's like 3-on-3 tournaments. There was an article where he was bashing the NBA for trying to sabotage his league. If you really look at it, just think about how the Big Three works. It's a tournament play, and then you get to the end, and the players win a lot of money.
Right.
Now think about now in the NBA, they're going to do something similar where now you play with your team and try to get to a certain point. You don't necessarily get titled the world champion. You basically get a little trophy, but all the players get money, extra money.
Yeah.
So basically it was implied that the NBA tried to sabotage his league by doing the same thing, but
in the NBA. Yeah, it makes sense. And let's be real, for the top tier players, LeBron, Jason Tatum, these guys don't care if you can get an extra $500,000. That's not even a game check for them. But for the 8th man on the bench, the the 15th guy on the roster, yeah, that's actually like a substantial amount of money. Considering you might get the vet minimum, and then you make basically your whole or half your salary in one game. You know, that's it's pretty nice. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet because I'm still trying. Like, I don't follow soccer. I mean, I could watch a soccer game and like know what's going on, but as far as like the league and how guys get ranked and all that stuff, like I have no idea. Um, so yeah, I don't know if I like it yet. It seems interesting. I like that they're trying something to like engage fans more and make the games better and more meaningful. Um, I mean, I didn't like the whole, uh, you know, tournament seating when it comes to the playoffs either. But I watched that. I watched all those games. You know, I watched 7 play 9 and 8 play 10, and it was entertaining. So
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Like adding more teams, like giving more teams a chance to make it to the playoffs.
mm-hmm.
But the whole, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a fan of it because like soccer has the same concept, but like I feel like it's just a way. I feel like it's what's ultimately I feel like is happening is the NBA is trying to get rid of Silver's trying to get rid of players um, load management. Like he's trying to figure out different ways to indirectly basically say y'all need to start playing or else. And I think this is a part. I feel like this is a part of that. It's like, oh well, why don't you, let me incentivize you to play even more than what you're already incentivized to do. Like you have your contract, you have your endorsements. That is enough incentive for you to go out and play every game. But how about I say we do this little in game and we'll pay you even more if you win.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think it's just a way for the NBA to try to one, marketing wise, get more people to watch, and then two, incentivize players to play, um,
Mm.
and try to reduce the whole load management.
I mean, is it really everybody that's like load managing? Because it's mainly your marquee guys. But even
Yeah,
like,
top tier. But remember, it's top tier. So the press of it, the problem with load management is when, from a fan's perspective, I don't go to NBA games, but the idea is like for me, let's just say I wanted to go to a game. Let's say I paid all this money to go see the Lakers and Sixers. We'll just say Lakers. Go see Lakers and Sixers. My expectation is I'm paying all that money and I'm gonna get to see LeBron. I'm gonna get to see Joel Embiid. Like I'm gonna get to see these top tier players. But then all of a sudden I show up to the game and LeBron's injured and he's sitting out this game.
AD is out.
AD's out. Like all of a sudden this game they're injured. As a fan, I don't get a refund. I have to watch whatever product is out there. But then again, but then along with that, it's like, all right, that happened. I didn't get to see now I may not want to go to another game. I may not want to put out money to go watch another game because what if the player that I want to go see doesn't play?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a part of it. It's like load management. It's hurting the NBA in regards to fans may not want to go to games because it's like this star player that I'm going to go see is probably going to say he's injured, he's hurt, and now he's not going to play, and then I spend all this money for no reason.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, especially like when you got guys like Kawhi who's been injured like the last couple seasons. You got, you know, Anthony Davis, another guy who's been injured a lot. So marquee guys get injured. And when they're like legit hurt, okay, cool, I understand, get your body right. But like when you are listed as, day to day and for knee soreness, like, come on, man, do your job.
Like you get paid to play, and this is I know we've been talking about like the best era in basketball. I would argue that this era that we're in right now is about longevity. They see LeBron playing for 20 plus seasons, and they're like, I want to be that person that's going to play for a long time. So I'm going to pick and choose when I don't want to play so that I can preserve my body. But
I will give this era of basketball one, uh, I guess one positive versus previous eras of basketball. Uh, the average skill level, dribble, pass, shoot of a player, an average player in the league now, is much higher than it was back in the 2000s or even the 90s, if you want to say that. Um, Guys are coming out of college, or, even if it's only 1 year of college, guys are coming out of college more prepared to play the NBA game, whether it's being, 3-and-D guys that, you got freaking, oh, y'all good? Yeah, you're muted.
sorry.
Like you got like Wimby, for example. He's 7 feet tall. He dribbles like a guard and he shoots like a wing. Like it's just insane. So it's like guys are coming out with more all around skill levels into the league. Now, mind you, they might not be as big and strong and like, tough. Like there's not many LeBron Jameses getting drafted. There's not like, you know, Vince Carter was a freak of nature when he got drafted. T Mac, like you're not getting guys like that too often anymore. But you're getting a lot of, you know, I don't know. You're getting a lot of who's a good example? Getting a lot of Josh Giddies. You're getting a lot of SGAs. You're getting a lot of hell. Even look at the kid that came in Portland, Anthony Simons. Got a lot of guys that are just like, guard oriented, can handle the rock, can create shots for themselves, and everybody shoots threes. Like that's just the nature of the league right now.
Yeah, I think you said it best. Tracy McGrady's. People forget how good Jason McGrady was and
Oh my
how
god.
tall he actually was.
Yeah.
He's doing an interview with Kevin Garnett on Kevin Garnett's show on Showtime.
Hmm.
And he was saying like Tracy McGrady's actually like 6'10" guard, dribble and shoot with three.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, I think at the end of the day that the NBA is trying to get players to play, put people in the seats so they can make money.
Hmm.
I was looking up I was like, wait, I think there's a new policy that Silver just implemented this season to prevent that. And I actually have it here. So the criteria is you rest no more than one star player per game.
Hmm.
You make star players available for nationally televised games and in-season tournament games. You balance the number of one-game rest absences a star player accrues in a home game versus road games.
Hmm.
You refrain from any long-term shutdown when a star stops participating in games or appears in only materially reduced roles, where it's like, oh, we're gonna cap their minutes. We're gonna let them play 10 minutes today. Have any healthy players resting for a game present and visible to fans.
Mm.
That last one is to the point of what I was telling you about. Like if I go to a game and then LeBron was supposed to play, sometimes what would happen is LeBron doesn't play and he doesn't even come to the game.
Right. Okay.
Again, that persuade as a fan, that's like, oh shoot.
Yeah, because I mean, even if he's injured, but he's still at the game, he could still like interact with fans, sign autographs, take photos, all that stuff. So that makes sense. I'm honestly, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not mad at that, and I get it. Guys get tired. Guys, get injured. They need games off. Cool, but it shouldn't be like, all right, Clippers are playing Sacramento and Paul George, Kawhi, and Russ are all out. Like, dog, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually. That's why I said like that's why I'm a huge fan of like soccer players. Like I was literally about to look up what's the average games a soccer player plays in a year. Like NBA is what if they make it to the finals, they play what 100 games.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like soccer players.
Yeah, it's like an extra 20 games.
So for soccer players on average, and this is like an average player. This is not like a star player.
Mm.
Because a star player plays for their world, they play for their country, and they play for the league, and then they'll play in like a higher tier, like cup. Like I said, Champions League is what's going on right now.
Right.
So an average player, this is a player that doesn't play World Cup, that doesn't do any extra. They're just on the team. Let's just think about somebody that is not a star. They play 70 matches a year.
70.
Like non-star.
Okay.
Where like Messi in his prime playing like 250.
250. Ugh. I mean but that's also why your man's making like 400 million euro or whatever he's making because he's playing so much. And that's crazy. What's the average soccer?
They play all year round.
What's the average soccer player like run in a game? Like how many miles do they run in a game?
I literally was just about to. I literally about to Google that because it came up when I was typing in average games.
Uh-huh.
I'll check it right now. Average games of soccer. Average miles. Soccer player runs. 7 miles per game.
7 miles per game.
That varies.
It varies, yeah, for sure.
It's like if you're a forward, yeah, you're basically midfield and to the goal. If you're a defender, you never most of the time unless you're like a left or wing back that presses up the field, you're not going past midfield.
So that average player, if he's running on average 7 miles a game, and he plays 70 games, that's over 490 miles in a year.
Yeah, here you go. This is what I was just explaining. So like an average player, not including a goalie, because a goalie doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
An average player is 7 miles, where a midfielder, that's what I was meant by like the forwards, and then you got your defenders, but a midfielder plays both. They play offense and defense. A midfielder runs as many as 10 miles a game. Because they're going back and forth, where like a forward may only go so far, and a defender may only go so far. Midfielders, goal to goal.
700 miles a year running. It's like
I say like I feel like they're just like one of the best, arguably one of the best athletes on the planet. Like they, in shape, cardio. Gotta have some strength in your legs. Like you don't just got sticks. You're not like Wimby out here. Like
don't knock Wimby. Wimby so far has been really impressive.
Right? Chet. But I'm talking about like Wimby's not going running.
Oh no.
9 miles.
Nah, he's not
That's
running.
what
Well, wait. You got look up how the average a basketball player runs. It's not gonna be. It might be like what 2 miles maybe.
Average distance an NBA player runs. All right, take a guess.
I don't know. Mile and a
Compared
half.
to what we just said.
Mile and a half.
You say mile and a half? Yeah, 2 miles per game.
2 miles. Exactly. 2 miles a game, which is, it's nothing really comparatively. But
And then if you think about, so just showed up. So you think of that's average players. So like a Steph Curry probably runs more because he's running through screens, just how they utilize him. He's on average running about 2.5 miles.
okay,
So not even close
it's
to the
not. It's not.
average soccer player.
It's not. It's not close. It's not close. So yeah.
I was gonna say, and you look at football players.
Football players probably run. I'd say maybe 4
No, less.
less.
They're not on the field. They're not. Remember, there's how many football
Oh yeah,
players
yeah,
on the
yeah.
roster?
Because there's offense and defense and special teams.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Yeah.
Where an NBA player, yeah, when you're on the court, you're participating all the time. So NBA football is 1.25 miles per game.
1.25. Oh. Craziness. Craziness.
I'm trying to think of like other sports here. Like baseball.
Baseball. They don't run at all.
0.03 miles per game.
Yeah, they don't run at all. Half the time they hit the ball, fly out, and then just jog gingerly to first base.
Yes, there you go. So, and soccer 7 miles per game. NBA on average. What year was this? I'm sure article wise, got some up to date stuff here. Okay, yeah, it's 2023. So, NBA on average actually says 2.5 miles per game. Football 1.25 miles per game. Baseball 0.0375 miles a game. So
Mm-hmm.
a little over a quarter mile per game. Tennis players 3 miles per game.
Tennis is tough. Tennis, you gotta. The thing about tennis is it's just you. So like, you got no teammates to rely on. Coaches are literally useless. I mean, you're pretty much just like out there on an island against another person.
Yeah, crazy. Wow.
Cool.
Anyhow,
All
all
right.
right. Is it time for a feast or famine segment?
Yeah, we got to do a feast or famine segment.
Show? All right, so I got one for you. Today's the 7th of November.
Yeah.
Feast or famine. Tell me on best athlete to wear number 7.
Best athlete to wear number 7. Whew. All right. Oh, it's easy. Super easy. Michael Vick.
Tell me.
Huh?
Tell me more.
I don't know anymore. I'm gonna have to use the Google machine.
No, I'm saying why Michael Vick? Why is he the greatest?
Why Michael Vick? Michael Vick basically set kind of like the blueprint for. Well, no, I'm not gonna say he set the blueprint for running quarterbacks, but he was like the marquee running quarterback for an extended period of time. To where like before Michael Vick, there was who, Randall Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, and I don't really think anybody else was known for scrambling like that. Like Warren Moon was also prevalent around that time as Randall, but he didn't run.
Yeah.
He was he was like throwing. Yeah, so most guys, I mean, even if you take like a Jeff Garcia or I don't know, Steve Young used to run around a lot. They weren't doing it to the level Michael Vick was. I think
No.
Michael Vick was in upwards of like 800 yards rushing every season. I think he had like 1,000 yard rushing season as a quarterback, which is insane. Um, and he had, the jail time aside, like I don't think his productivity as a running quarterback would have would have slowed down. I mean, this guy was literally like simultaneously or single-handedly winning games just on the strength of his running. Like phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal runner. And then he developed the passing game like later on. You know,
100%. When he played the Eagles.
yeah, for sure. Um, so I don't think without Michael Vick, you don't get Cam Newton, you don't get RG3, you don't get. I mean, you might get Russell Wilson, but you don't really get Russell Wilson. You don't get a Justin Fields. You don't get who else is a runner? I don't know. Mahomes. You might still get a Mahomes, but like you're not gonna get like the appeal of a dual threat quarterback isn't like as
Lamar Jackson.
yeah. You don't get a Lamar Jackson. I mean, all of that is off the strength of Michael Vick, number seven,
Okay.
baby.
Number 7. Okay. I can relate because kind of grew up in the same era, and I love Michael Vick was a trendsetter. He's one of the main reasons why Virginia Tech is one of my favorite, is my favorite college football team. Um,
We could even go to
yeah, he,
the Madden. The Madden, you would just like run around with Michael Vick.
listen, he was faster than cornerbacks. Like, he was outrunning cornerbacks.
Yeah.
That's a trendsetter. So I hear you. I'm gonna go against the grain here.
Okay, give me a number seven.
Arguably one of the greatest baseball players of all time,
Oh man, here we go.
Mickey Mantle.
Okay. See, you got the baseball because I don't know two sports I really well, three sports I really don't know all that well. One is baseball, two is hockey, and three is soccer. So, number 7, Mickey Mantle. I can't really argue that, but just give me a compelling
Here's the
argument
facts.
for Mickey Mantle. Give me the facts.
Here's the facts. So I like what you were saying about Michael Vick. Yes, culture wise and all that, he was a trendsetter. He broke the doors down for a lot of other players to be what they are today. But did he ever win anything? Like, what did he ever like win? What was he great at statistically?
I mean, I think his career, his prime of his career, got cut short a little bit with all the dogfighting stuff. But um, I mean, statistically, what he did well was, you know, run the football and keep plays alive and move the chains. You know, and he did it at such a
So
high level.
here's some data for you. Here's the facts.
Okay, give me the facts.
Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle played 18 seasons in the MLB. He's a Hall of Famer. He has 7 World Championships, 7 World Series.
Mm-hmm.
He was a 3-time MVP.
Mm-hmm.
He has a Gold Glove. He has a batting title. He has a Triple Crown. It's just Triple Crown. Most hits, best batting average, and home runs. He led in all 3 categories. It's a Triple Crown. And he donned the number 7. And he played for the greatest franchise in all of sports history ever.
I mean, you can argue that the greatest sports franchise ever is like the Celtics, the Lakers.
What franchise has the most championships ever?
Oh, if I had to guess, I'd probably say Boston. Not the Sox, the Celtics.
All sports? You think the Celtics have the most championships ever?
Celtics or Lakers? How many do they have?
27. What are you talking about?
All right, go in the Google machine and be like, which sports team has the most championships?
It's the Yankees.
It's the Yankees.
What are we talking about here?
I don't. I told you I don't know baseball. I know the Yankees have won. I don't know how frequently they've won.
Damn, Ric Flair has more championships.
No, get out of here. No, they don't.
27. The Yankees have won 27.
27. Okay. All right. I think yes. From a accolade standpoint, Mickey Mantle might be the greatest number 7. But from a cultural standpoint, I would say Michael Vick, greatest number 7. Plus, when did Mickey Mantle play? He played in like what, the 50s?
Yeah, he played from like 1950. He played 20 seasons.
Man, there wasn't even social media. Okay, the internet didn't exist. Okay, I don't even think MTV wasn't even around. Mans was still out here probably having a regular job. One of
the greatest baseball players ever.
Yeah, he probably worked in a department store in the off season and like played baseball.
This is so disrespectful.
He was playing against milkmen and plumbers. Like, get out of here. Michael Vick was playing against 300-pound linemen that ran 640s. Okay.
All I'm saying is hand-eye coordination is one of the hardest things to be great at, and Mickey Mantle was great at that for a long period of time.
Okay, that's fair.
Or again, the greatest sports franchise ever on this planet.
That is gonna have to be a future conversation. Greatest sports franchises, because I'd argue there are some basketball franchises that are as big as the Yankees. I know the Yankees are in like the top 5. Yeah.
You're crazy, man. Hey, that could be the next segment of Mr. Famine. Let's go.
Okay.
Lock it in.
All right.
Lock it in.
Greatest franchise in sports. Let's do it.
The only other franchise that I could think of that's even close is not even one that you named.
I don't know. You're probably gonna name a soccer franchise that I've never heard of.
No, the Lakers.
I definitely did say the Lakers.
No, you led with the Celtics.
No, I said the Lakers first.
It's not like you said Celtics.
I said Lakers and Celtics actually.
Lakers possibly, but again, we're talking 27.
I mean, you could if you thought about it, you could probably name like the marquee franchises in most major sports. I mean, you would probably basketball. You'd probably go Lakers. Football, you might say Dallas. You might say the Patriots. You might say, Kansas City more currently.
NFL.
Yeah. Steelers. Steelers isn't a bad one. Baseball, Yankees, Dodgers. Yeah. But it's not comparable. It's not.
Yankees, Dodgers, yes, because they have a lot of like championship and playoff appearances.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we can have the talk. We can have that discussion. Feast or famine? What else you got? You got any food hot takes before we get out of here?
At the food festival that we went to in Pittman, New Jersey,
How'd that go?
had some good food. Uh, Ended up going into a food coma after the
Ooh.
fact. Yeah, we had. Yeah, I hit up a bunch of different spots. Danny's Waffles. Um, they threw me off. Um, didn't love the fact that they didn't do actual. I was expecting actual waffles, but they did waffle cones, which threw me off.
Mm.
So it was decent. But then there was this Soul of San Juan. They had plátanos. They had empanadas. They had all of it. So that was good. Then there was this barbecue spot that we went to. Can't remember the name, but it had some like pulled pork on top of mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finished the night off with apple pie a la mode, which is a
Ooh.
scoop of apple pie next to a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Nice. That
Yeah,
was definitely a thing to yeah. Sorry, I missed that one. Yeah, me and the lady we went to a concert that night and had some gourmet Jamaican food. You know, a little bit of dirty rice. You know, some oxtails. You know, some curry goat empanadas. Yeah, it was a little weird. It was like Spanish and like Jamaican fusion. Yeah, I don't know. It was really good. But here was the kicker. We capped the night off. It was kind of late. Got to like 1, 2 o'clock. Wanted some like munchy type of food. Found a Gray's Papaya on 4th Street. Hot dog, the works. Highly recommended. Also, if you,
wings, the blue stone.
yep, yep. If you've never had a hot dog from Gray's Papaya, I think it's like a travesty. It's something that if you ever go into New York City and you're late night, middle of the afternoon, whenever, Gray's Papaya. Best hot dogs you probably ever have. Gourmet hot dogs, I might even say.
Nice dirty dog.
Hmm.
Wow.
Hmm.
Oh,
Either that or go to the original Nathan's in Coney Island.
yeah. Good little dirty water dog.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. For sure, for sure.
Yeah, I need to make a trip. I gotta make a trip. So, yeah, sounds like we had some good food. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing this weekend. We got any food spots, but I know we always do Pizza Friday, so we'll see
Okay.
what pizza we try this Friday.
Yeah, we got. Well, I got a jujitsu tournament on Saturday, so we'll be out in like Hatfield, PA. So I don't know what kind
What's
of.
out there food wise?
I don't know. Hopefully, like the Amish, maybe get some apple butter, some of that.
Some fresh pie,
That good fried chicken.
homemade pie.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds actually good. If you end up doing that, let me know because I might have to get you to pick up fresh either apple pie or blueberry pie.
Yep, I will. I will keep you posted. Taking orders.
Okay. Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Yep. Well, that is gonna be it for us. As always, I am the real Kris Mac,
Chino.
and this is a feast or a famine.
Later.
We out.